Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again, once again, with another vid. Alright, let's get to it. So, Shawn Porter stops Andre Berto in the ninth round, which was a. How should I describe this fight? This is probably one of the most dirtiest, filthiest fights I've ever seen. Alright, and with all due respect, I like Shawn Porter. I mean, it is his typical fight. It's not, it's something you should expect from him to get, all rugged and rough in the inside. But man, I never seen so many head bumps in a fight where the referee, or actually the aggressor, actually got cut twice. I mean, well, let me take that back. I mean, yeah, it's norm that when you're headbutting quite often, it's inevitable that you are going to sustain cuts. Sometimes if you're the aggressor, but most of the times if you're the defender of trying to stop the guy that's headbutting you, yeah, you're the one going to get cut. But yeah, this fight was been stopped on multiple occasions between rounds where both fighters had to be checked out for for cuts, and above their eyes. Berto sustained a cut on his left eye due to headbutt. Shawn Porter himself, with him being the aggressor and coming in recklessly with his head, he sustained cuts twice. So, and you can see why he was doing what he was doing, why he was roughing up Berto in the inside, because he was not trying to give him any chances of throwing his uppercuts in the inside. And Bertles is a very good inside fighter, believe it or not. He's very sneaky of throwing those uppercuts in the inside. And Porter knew that, and he was trying to neutralize that. But the one thing, despite the roughhouse tactics and the ugliness that Shawn Porter had, ugliness that he employed, and tactics that he employed, his jab has gotten much, much, much better, man. It's gotten more fluid. He's able to throw the lead right hand behind that jab. He doubles it up, and then comes in with the lead right. So he's gotten very, very good at that. But in the he knocked down Porter in the second round, and then he knocked him down in the eighth round, I believe. No, the ninth round when he finished him. But before that round, well, actually, you know what? I gave Bertel the first round because he was able to lean the cleaner shots, and he was able to get off a little bit more than Porter. Porter was just being reckless, a little bit reckless, was missing all over the place. But when the two men decided to back off from each other a little bit, when Porter was able to get some distance, Berto, he actually took the seventh round because he was able to fight from a distance. He was able to, to get off his shots where Porter wasn't trying to smother him. But going into the ninth round, that's when Porter realized that he realized that he gave Berto gave away that round by not employing the pressure like he did in the first seven rounds. So he had to go back to his his tactics, and actually it was the seventh round. I'm sorry, it was the seventh round when I gave Berto, because I gave him 2 rounds in this fight. In the eighth round, this is where Porter was relentless with his attack on Berto. I mean, he was landing so many goddamn body shots. I was like, wow. And I think that ultimately was the end to Andre Berto right there when he sustained those shots. That was too much punishment he was taking right there. I mean, he was doing a lot of complaining in the fight too, because he's feeling that Porter was headbutting him, rigorously. He just felt that some points should have been deducted from him because he felt he did it on purposely. I mean, not purposely, purposely. Or not, he was constantly, complaining to the ref for some help. But man, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, Porter was just swarming and wouldn't even give him no chances of throwing his shots inside. Wow. I mean, like I said, it was an ugly and a filthy fight. Porter came out on top. Now, what I didn't realize is that this was actually a WBC title eliminator. This is a WBC title eliminator, so the winner of this fight becomes the mandatory challenger to Keith Thurman. Of course, Porter won. He is the mandatory challenger, so oh my goodness. The first fight was very, very, very close. It could have gone either way. I felt Thurman pulled it out. I mean, it does warrant a rematch between Porter and Thurman, and of course, Porter called him out. Keith Thurman was there, so wouldn't mind seeing it. I guess that's the only fight. That's the only plausible fight that could be made at this point. Because if you look at the welterweight division, yeah, Lamont Peterson's the other mandatory challenger to Porter. I mean to Thurman as well, because he is the regular WBA champion. Because Thurman is the super champion. Whoever's the winner of Kell Brook and Earl Spence, I don't see Thurman getting to unification bout with Earl Spence or if Kell Brook at anytime soon. To be honest with you, nor is obviously not as Manny Pacquiao. So the only logical fight is the rematch between Thurman and Porter, or possibly Lamont Peterson. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. And what do you think about Andre Berto? What do you think? Does he have anything left in him? Where does he go from here? If you ask me, I think at this point he's a gatekeeper. I just think that he's had regardless of what we say about him, he's had some tough fights. He's been beaten up in the quiet, in those fights. So particularly in that Robert Guerrero fight, when he sustained a beating. Wow, and then the Soto Cross fight as well. So and the Victor Ortiz fight. So he's had some very tough fights. Very, very, in three of those four fights, or three to four, yeah, I say three to four of those five fights, including this one, he's just sustained some beatings. Yeah, yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. So care to comment, share, subscribe. Signing off. Peace.